Because if you do not create boundaries, the devil, you give him an inch, he'll take 10,000 miles. And the next thing you know, you don't recognize yourself. You're broke, busted, disgusted, and miserable. Hello, everyone. Welcome and welcome back. I am so happy you're here. I'm Femininity Coach Jay Monet. As you're coming in, I would like to ask that you please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new uploads or when I go live. Let's go ahead and get into it. So today we are going to be discussing a clip from the It's Giving podcast. So Sarah on this clip, I think she was answering some questions from some of her viewers, and I think this is a good one. It has some good questions as it revolves around emotional affairs, the man's ego, and things of that nature. So I'm going to play and pause, and we are going to discuss it. So let's go ahead and check it out.
I ask you, but would you be transparent enough to let your man know that you're feeling temptation?
I don't think that's good for a man's ego. Most men don't want to know that. Like, ooh, my stuff was jumping today when I thought, girl, you about to be single. You about to trample all over that man's ego. I told you, men want to think that you are only his. You have no thoughts of any other man. And it's this, we're wired different.
You absolutely do not want to tell your man that you have thought about or having some temptation. And you shouldn't even be putting yourself in the way of temptation, whether it be in your mind or physically, ladies. Absolutely not. If you feel like you're getting a little gushy over another man, or you're having some rated R, triple X thoughts about a man who is not your husband, who is not your man, you need to get that under wraps. You better take it to the Lord Jesus. You better cast down every imagination that exalts itself against the will of God, against your marriage, against your relationship. You better tell it to come under subjection of the Most High. And I'm serious. You very well may have a moment where you see a man who is very attractive, but you cannot allow your mind to go down that road, girl. That's dangerous.
Somebody asked, what do you feel about emotional cheating? Because we're talking about physical cheating. Would you tell him if you found yourself in an emotional affair with somebody?
I would never put myself in a position. Emotional cheating is so much worse than physical cheating.
Explain to me how.
Emotional cheating means I have emotionally connected with you on a level that I have been intimate in ways that are way more than just my body. The body is easy, but my mind and my heart are much harder. So if I'm emotionally cheating with you, I'm giving you real estate that already belongs to somebody else. And that's not fair to my person.
And I'm going to say this, ladies. I also think that those erratic books that some of y'all like to read need to be thrown away. Period. Throw them away. All it is a book of porn. Sorry. You cannot give the devil real estate of your mind and your emotions, ladies. Similar to women who are used to self-pleasing, and then when they get with the man, the things that he does and everything that he comes with cannot satisfy her. Maybe it is due to all of the consistent activity outside of a man has provided you. You know what I mean? This is why it can turn into a dangerous thing when you can please yourself more than your man. So when you're constantly involving yourself in self-pleasure and 50 Shades of Grey this and 30 Shades of Pink that and erotic novel this and that, reality will become unsatisfying. That's why many men who are addicted to porn find themselves, when they have an opportunity to have the real thing, he remains flaccid. He cannot go there. Because now imagination has become more real and more satisfying than reality. And again, that's a dangerous place. So similar to this, ladies, we know we get there through our emotions first before our physical can get there. So you cannot give way to a man who is not yours, to that emotional room, to that door within your life and your emotions.
Right. So for me, if I was attracted to the way that a person spoke, or he just had that essence or whatever it may be, cool. You're not going to catch me having many conversations. Oh. I'm not going to be in the face of somebody that I think could even start to go in that direction. Because why? I'm limiting access to me. Can we be friends? No, we can't. But you know, why don't we start a group chat with me and my husband?
Absolutely. Even when it comes to these movies, even if there is a fine man in a movie, if you realize your mind starts going there, cut it off, girl. You do not need to finish that movie. It is not that serious. You have to protect your mind. You have to protect your spirit. You have to protect your eye gates and your ear gates. Because if you protect these things, there will be no contamination going on. There won't be room for temptation to creep within you. For real. Unfollow him on Instagram, girl. You don't need to be a hermit. But some things you have to keep under wraps. So you do not go there. No, we cannot be friends. No, we cannot be work partners. No, I cannot work with you on this project. And if I do, there needs to be a limit. I'm not texting you. I'm not talking to you. You're not texting me. You're not calling me. After a certain time, we don't talk outside of work. You have to set those boundaries. And that's called discipline. That's called loyalty. And let's say even if you're single, ladies, and he's got a woman, he's married, but you realize he's no good. You, again, still need to set those boundaries. Respect his relationship, even if he doesn't. Okay.
I read this book, His Needs, Her Needs. The wife and the work guy working late. She can't help that she has to work late on a project. Her boss told her and this guy to work on this project is due at this time. And they've been working late after hours for weeks. Mm-hmm. And, over time, she's not intentionally trying to start an emotional affair with a person. But I believe because of the innate nature of a woman and the innate nature of a man, just being in close proximity with each other, mm-hmm. sharing intimate space, whether it's at work or not, that created the space for that emotional affair to happen where that woman and that man had an affair.
I feel like that's weak. I feel like that's a weak cop out, because do you have power over your proximity, or does your proximity have power over you?
What does power over proximity mean?
So if you don't have power over your proximity, essentially you'll allow the Asian proverb of a drop of water that drops over time in the same spot on a rock over time will break the rock, right? It's allowing that access. There's got to be a way to figure things out where maybe your husband does come along, where, hey, let's do Zoom meetings instead of being in person. There is no lingering around, because you do start to let your guard down when you know people often. Right. So if you're going to work every single day, you're working 5 days out of the week after hours with this man, you know what? 3 of these days, we're going to do Zoom meetings.
Now, she's going in, but I'm going to say this. And ladies, I know some of you are not going to like this, and I get it. We're not living in the 1930s, all of this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Come on in while I tell you this. This is why many men do not want their woman working. I said it, because men understand how women's emotions work as well as how men are, because he's a man. Men know that women are emotional. So it would be easy, or even easier for a woman to fall into an emotional affair. Women are naturally more vulnerable. We are the weaker vessel, and that's okay. It's beautiful. I love being the weaker vessel. I tell my husband, I am a delicate flower. And that's all right. But we have to understand that we are delicate flowers and we are vulnerable, even emotionally. That's how God made us. That's okay. We cannot stop it. We may become callous, but we still are naturally vulnerable in every way. So that's why, again, men would prefer that his woman not work, for example, a 9 to 5 or work in corporate, because he understands that temptation is waiting. And so he would prefer for her to provide her a soft life of some sort where she can express her creative and where she's out of the way of the potential snares. Just saying.
The other day, my husband's going to be here, and the 5th day we can be one-on-one, because I'm not going to allow myself to build that proximity having power over
But what
me.
if you don't have that type of control over your proximity? We're entrepreneurs, so we can do whatever we want, essentially. But in a job, we can't just be
Why do I need to be in an office in order to do the things that we can do?
Because your boss said to be in the office.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Sarah, corporate America doesn't make sense.
If it's after hours for corporate America, that already doesn't make sense.
But that happens.
Okay, so if that happens, I'll meet you on a Zoom call.
But you can't.
No, I absolutely can. And if you don't let me, this is HR. I'm telling. I got people that I could tell I don't want to be at this place. I can get the job done. I can do exactly what I need to do, but I will not put myself in access, especially to a man that I'm attracted to. Hell no, because that's the tap dancing with the devil. Like Willie said when he came on the show, the opponent doesn't care about your past. They want your future. Mm-hmm. So what do? They put you again and again and again and again and again into circumstances that he doesn't think that you'll win in. Every single time you make the commitment to do something great, something crazy comes up. Oh, I want to lose 15 pounds. Boom, International Donut Day. Free dozen.
If you know that he is attractive and you are attracted to him, listen, when you get married, your eyes don't roll out your head. When you get married, his eyes don't roll out his head. He doesn't go blind. He all of a sudden doesn't just, I don't see anybody. There are attractive people everywhere. Let's be honest. So if you know this person is attractive, This person coming to work smelling good, looking good, fresh cut. Notices you changed your nail polish color. That is a device of the enemy, ladies. Don't let him get that close to you. Because the reality is, nothing good is going to come out of it. Being that you are in a relationship, being that you are married. Think about that movie Temptation. She was married to a nice looking man. What's his name? Kevin Gross, Lance Gross. But the man who she was cheating with, he was nice looking. He was rich. He was seductive. He gave her exotic, quote unquote, sex. But at the end of the day, he snatched her health. He burned her and left her out to dry. And now she doesn't have a husband or a good health. That fling is not worth your stable relationship. That attention from that man, from that fine man, is not worth you losing everything. Because if a man knows that you're with someone, knows that he's married, knows that you're married, and he still decides to pursue you, he is no good. He is not worth it. He is nothing but trouble. If you're facing temptation, girl, nip it in the bud in that moment. Nip it in the bud in your mind, in your heart, and you have to create boundaries. Because if you do not create boundaries, the devil, you give him an inch, he'll take 10,000 miles. And the next thing you know, you don't recognize yourself. You've lost everything. You're hurt. You're broke, busted, disgusted, and miserable. And you can't even figure out what you've done with your time. Men like that also steal your time, ladies. They steal your time. It's an assignment of the devil, for real. Your man wants to know and be assured that he is the apple of your eye. Just as you have an ego, he has one too. So if you are facing temptation, that is something that you need to deal with internally and be honest and take it to God to get rid of it. Because it has no place in a healthy marriage and relationship. Okay? But that's all I have for you. If you like the content you see, again, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
I found love for real.